Welcome to another episode of Extra AI, where we extract the raw conversation shaping the future of enterprise AI. I'm your host, AI Raghu. Today, our host, Raghu Banda, dives into the world of AI-powered finance with a special guest, Mohammed Hafeez Baig. Hafeez is an SAP FICO expert, generative AI strategist, and the author of AI-powered SAP Finance, a groundbreaking guide on integrating AI into enterprise financial systems. With over a decade of experience leading global S/4HANA finance transformations, he brings a unique perspective on bridging traditional ERP with next-gen AI. In this episode, we'll explore how AI is transforming core finance processes like financial close and forecasting, how enterprises can balance innovation with compliance, and what it takes to prepare finance leaders and consultants for an AI-first future. Get ready for a conversation that's both deeply practical and forward-looking.
All right, welcome back. As always, this is Raghu Banda, and welcome back to our Extra AI podcast series in AI and machine learning. Today, we have an interesting topic, a fellow SAP book author, and today we are going to talk about FICO to AI in finance. So this is where I have invited Mohammed Hafeez Baig, and we are going to talk about this topic about transitioning from FICO to AI in finance. Welcome on board, Hafeez.
Raghu, thank you so much for having me on your podcast. It's a real honor to be here with you, and I'm looking forward to have a good conversation with you.
Glad that you're here.
Yeah.
So, Mohammed, as always, before we get into the real meat of the conversation, I would like to understand your backstory, your personal or a professional story, whichever is you're comfortable with, about doing AI in any form, shape, or matter. And I know you've also authored a book called AI-powered SAP Finance.
Right.
So maybe if you can tell me a bit of a backstory about your past, your background, or something like that.
Sure, absolutely. So I often, tell people when I tell my story, I often say that my career has been connecting dots others don't see. So basically, I started as a accounts receivable associate, working as a end user, end user of SAP system.
Wow.
And slowly transitioned towards becoming a SAP FICO consultant, worked on the ECC and S/4HANA. And so I was working very deep into journal entries, reconciliations, and then moved on to large-scale financial process integrations. But quickly I realized, this was not too long ago, I realized that the future wasn't just about recording financial transactions. It was about predicting, analyzing, and enabling strategic decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And that realization drove me to explore artificial intelligence. And also on the side, parallelly, I was very curious about what's AI and how I can embed AI into SAP and SAP processes, but I couldn't find any answers.
Mm-hmm.
And so that realization drove me to explore AI and its direct impact on enterprise finance. So since then, my journey has been about shifting finance from a reactive to becoming predictive. So today I focus on shaping the future of enterprise finances by bridging SAP with AI.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what excites me every single day.
Great. And a follow-up question on that, I believe, before we get into the conversation. So what made you write this book, AI-powered SAP Finance? Because it is great. I wrote a book myself implementing machine learning with SAP S/4HANA, and I know quite a few people. And I know we have this habit of SAP is a huge world, and in that, there's a lot going on. And now
Right.
we have AI coming into the picture, and
Right.
then we see a lot of innovation happening. And traditional systems, legacy systems, everything is kind of moving, and everything is getting touched. I know there is some trigger point for you to say that, hey, I have to put together something in the form of a book so that it can help others as well. What made you think that? What made you do that?
Okay. First of all, I agree that SAP is a huge ocean,
Mhm.
and it's practically impossible for for one single individual to know everything and work on everything.
Right.
With that being said, what made me write this book was, I would say, a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of hesitation, and then also a little bit of courage, to be very honest. Because
Right.
uh, why I say courage is because the people I work with have significantly more experience than me.
Mhm.
Uh, like for instance, I mean, I'll just take yourself as an example. I'm sure you have decades of more than two or almost 3 years, 3 decades of experience. But on the contrary, I have about just hitting the decade mark right now.
Mhm.
But that's why I say courage
Mhm.
and frustration, because I saw that everybody was talking about AI and AI being implemented, in many different aspects of businesses. And I also saw that SAP as a company started speaking about AI. And then uh, in my company, or when, not the company, but in my circle, when I used to talk to people with respect to AI, nobody had an idea, and I couldn't really get the roadmap to dive deeper into AI with respect to SAP.
Mhm.
So during that, so this was around last year, SAP came out with their generative AI
Right.
developer certification,
Mhm.
and I studied for that, and I took that certification.
Mhm.
And once I took that certification, it really gave me a lot of avenues,
Mhm.
and I suddenly started to realize that I have answers to, if not all, but a lot of questions.
True. True.
And that's when I realized that I am able to uh, answer people and get some of their queries answered.
Mhm.
But then writing a book was never an option. If you ask me, like, exactly 11 months ago from now, will you ever write a book? That was a foreign concept for me.
Mhm.
But then when I took that certification, and uh, the thing which came to my mind was actually about developing a product and commercializing it
Mhm.
for SAP enterprises to use. That's still the plan, for which I also have a patent filed.
Mhm.
So that's still the plan. And then I started writing a research paper or a white paper for that product. But when I started writing the research paper or a white paper, ideas kept coming in, and ideas kept flowing in my mind. And then also parallelly, many people, especially youngsters and fresh graduates, always used to ask me, "Oh, what do you really do in SAP?"
Mhm.
So uh, somehow, I think it was meant to be, and somehow I tried to address uh, two set of audiences in the book. Number one is the existing SAP consultants who wants to level up and
Mhm.
understand who want to make their AI understanding better. That's
Mhm.
number one. And number two, fresh graduates or people who want to shift careers and come into SAP. So I
True.
addressed two types of audiences, and I wrote this book with both of them in mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love the way you have put it across, and inspiring people. And writing a book is no long is not a a simple achievement or a simple feat. I applaud for you
Thank you.
taking
Thank
this Grahams and getting into that.
thank you.
So getting into the conversation, like from your perspective, I know coming from the end user perspective, I know you started working on that.
Mhm.
What are those immediate opportunities for embedding AI into core finance processes, such as whether it is financial close or forecasting or insights, predictive insights, maybe some things like that you worked on? Like, what are those immediate opportunities that you see?
Yeah. So faster processing times is definitely one aspect,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I want to just take a step back and
Okay. Okay.
add something to my response.
Sure.
So, what I learned during this process, by no means I claim to be an AI expert. I'm still learning. I claim to be a learner.
It is a
So,
learning journey for all of
yes,
us. Nobody
yes,
is an expert. Yeah. Go
yeah.
on. Yeah.
So, what I realized and what I learned in this process is that yes, there is AI, and yes, there are benefits of AI, but SAP, you can call it as one of their best practices.
Mm-hmm.
SAP recommends that not every problem requires AI.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to do a self-assessment, assess the need. Is it really required, and if is the output really going to be worth it? So that assessment needs to be done, and only then if uh, AI should be adopted. And what is feasible for me may not be feasible for you.
Yeah.
So that's one thing which I think SAP promotes, and I also agree with.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, areas where AI can be adopted in SAP Finance is with compliance, anomaly detection, and faster processing times is where AI can be immediately um, uh, embedded in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, yeah. So there are, I know, like you might have also gone into and referred to a lot of these different AI scenarios or AI features across the SAP spectrum, uh,
Correct.
predominantly maybe in the finance space, uh, maybe, and of course, since you're also involved in some of the uh, global, so you said that your journey from a end user into ECC into S4 HANA, so you
Yeah.
might have seen some transformations already happening, right? How
Yeah.
do you see the role of AI evolving uh, alongside these ERP journey? Because you yourself have seen the journey. So how do you see that AI helping you in this is one thing. The other thing is, of course, AI is also being embedded. But how do you see AI evolving alongside the ERP journey?
Okay. So remember I mentioned about frustration.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the frustrations, uh, again, I mean that's my personal frustration.
Right.
Businesses, um, the frustration, by the way, is that there's no AI is not being adopted at the pace it should be adopted
Mm.
uh, in SAP enterprises.
Okay.
There are reasons for that,
Right.
which I think you may agree that companies don't want to disrupt their existing processes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took companies years to get to a point, and then suddenly, if you expect companies to, change the processes just to adopt AI, I agree that that's a valid point, but my argument is if you don't start adopting AI right now, then chances are you may be left behind.
Mm.
So that's what I'm trying to promote. That's what I'm trying to be a proponent of that. And another reason for that is the huge knowledge gap.
Mm.
Uh, huge knowledge gap uh, for the people who's actually going to work, meaning the consultants.
Mm-hmm.
So the frustration and the knowledge gap is what I'm trying to uh, fill with my initiative.
Beautiful. So, yeah, the reality out there coming from a end user who turned into business transformations or working on SAP projects, finance projects, is that the reality is a bit different when you're getting into this AI transformations into the enterprise finance.
Correct.
So, and of course, there are reasons for that, because the enterprise transformations are not simple. These are complex systems. And
Absolutely.
obviously, the AI race, though it has been there for a while, I think the last couple of years we have seen it has been augmented, and everybody is jumping on the bandwagon, and we see customers and even the big, large enterprise customers getting onto the bandwagon and wanted to understand like how we can realistically kind of see how we can make it possible, right? I think
Right.
so. In that say, I know many finance leaders worry that AI is very much too abstract, right? I think how do you help them see its concrete impact in the day-to-day operations? So you might see that some leaders might say that, hey, AI, it is kind of too abstract to get into that. So how do you answer them, like or how do you help them see the value?
Okay. Um, I think one misconception with respect to AI um, is that I mean, despite knowing the technicalities, sometimes people think of it as one. It's just one of the misconception is that AI is just magic. It's a magic wand that fixes broken processes.
Yeah.
But in reality, AI amplifies whatever you have, good or bad. And it's a fact that your AI is only going to be as good as your data is. So without strong processes and clean data, AI cannot deliver sustainable results. And I think another misconception is fear-based. Many professionals think that AI will replace them. And the truth is that AI will not replace consultants or finance experts. Rather, it will elevate their roles, in my opinion.
Okay.
But for that, you will have to level up. You'll have to learn and basically level up. So I think the consultants who embrace AI will become um, orchestrators of intelligent systems, and the finance professionals who leverage AI will become strategic partners to the business instead of being trapped into transactional work.
So let's come to your journey. I know that's a great statement, right? AI is not going to replace you, but I think in these huge transformations with companies, with products like applications, whether it is SAP or Oracle or Salesforce, all these are huge applications. It doesn't mean that uh, AI is going to replace these consultants, but I think you've made a fair statement that it is going to elevate or leverage. You could leverage a lot of these things, and it can help you in the process, because many of these enterprise firms or enterprise landscapes are complex. So you you have addressed the common misconceptions in this, and you know that finance is sitting at the crossroads of innovation and compliance.
Right.
How do you see, or how do you advise, or how do you help these organizations to balance the AI adoption with audit readiness or other regulatory requirements, if you come into that aspect?
Great question. Yeah, absolutely. This is where this is one of the topics which I tried to address multiple times, and I've brought in opinions of other leaders in the industry. So I think And also, this is a question which I shaped my opinion based on many industry leaders' opinions also. So I think balancing innovation with compliance requires designing AI solutions with governance at their core,
Mm-hmm.
right? And be it your any sort of compliance. And then in finance, as you know, compliance is non-negotiable at all.
Right, right.
And what AI brings in real time, it brings in real time monitoring, automated control testing, built-in audit trails, so all these things, right? So rather than undermining compliance, AI strengthens it by providing continuous assurance instead of periodic spot checks. And then my approach is to ensure that to ensure that every AI solution deployed in finance is expandable and it's transparent and auditable. And that's why when regulators or auditors ask why, then finance leaders have a clear data-backed answer.
Beautiful, beautiful. So
Yeah.
in your book, the
Mm-hmm.
AI powered finance,
Mm-hmm.
how did you maybe can you talk about your book at a high level? Um, what are you suggesting in the book, or some of the topics that you've helped these leaders in their transformation? And you said that the book is for not only for the leaders, for the consultants, as well as the CFOs or the finance teams, right? Maybe could you give us a brief overview about your book so that we can get into other topics?
Absolutely. So, actually, matter of fact, this is one of my favorite questions. So, so, so my book is, I would say, divided into 5 parts.
Okay.
Number one, I started off with the problem. I started off with the problem saying that, so currently this is a problem. I list all the problems down. Again, this is my opinion, and also a lot of these are research backed. And I started off with why the problem is existing, and then I moved on. And in unit two, I took a brief pause. Remember, I said I targeted fresh graduates also,
Right, right.
and people who want to transition into SAP career and make SAP as a career. So I took a brief pause and wrote a end-to-end process of SAP Finance. So, basically, it's a synopsis of my entire SAP Finance experience. It As a fresher, I did not had all that information, and I'm hoping that someone who reads Unit 2 and completely understands Unit 2 will be at a you know will be at a much higher level than just understanding the configuration aspect. When I
Okay.
first learned SAP, when I first wanted to be a consultant, all I learned was SAP configuration and some parts of software development lifecycle. But then as years passed, I learned a lot of things such as integration and other tools and integrating third-party tools, etc., etc. So I've given entire my synopsis of entire experience, and I promise that reading Unit 2 is like reading 5 to 6 books combined, because I did not give detailed information. I gave targeted information in Unit 2, and then I moved on in Unit 3. I gave them the solution, which is artificial generative AI, artificial intelligence. And I gave them all the resources SAP currently provides with respect to generative AI, like your SAP BTP platform, Gen AI Core, AI Launchpad, SAP Joule, all the current SAP offerings which SAP offers. I provided that solution in Unit 3. I did not stop just by giving the solutions. I tried to apply that solution with a product or in a, I would say, in a track in SAP. So I remember I spoke about a patent. So I'm just giving out some information about the patent I filed here. So I'm trying to build a product for SAP production support by training LLMs. The goal is to, if this product becomes successful, the goal is to eliminate production support level 1, level 2, level 3, and just have one level of support, and by eliminating a lot of costs and resources for companies, and also by saving a lot of time. So that's the whole product. So I tried to apply that solution to this product, and I practically showed how to do it, what are the resources you can use, what are the tools you can use, and what human resources will you require to solve this SAP problem with applying generative AI to my problem, or a product which I'm trying to create. That's that. And finally, in Unit 5, I gave people roadmap on how they can actually this, and again, this is more for newcomers, but also applicable for existing SAP consultants. I gave them a roadmap of, if you're a fresh graduate or a person trying to get in, follow these steps. Or if you are a existing consultant and if you want to acquire AI skills, take these steps, and you will get the results you are trying to achieve.
Beautiful. So you kind of started with a business problem, a pain point, and then you went into a particular end-to-end process. You picked up an end-to-end process, and then you map what kind of SAP tools can be leveraged to provide a solution for that. And then you kind of went to the next step about finding or providing the future definitions, or how you can take it from there, and then help address many of these questions.
Correct.
So in this journey, putting together this book, did you get to, while working on your current projects with the client, and of course you said that you're also building some production support tool, which will help reduce the cost, and so that the customers or the people using this, they can divert the resources to doing other jobs. It's like you always mentioned, the consultants will not lose their jobs, but it is that they can elevate their job, and then they can, the customers as well can divert or allocate these resources in a different place. Beautiful. So in this journey, while working on these customer projects, what did you, putting together a book is a lot of effort. So what did you learn in the process? What did you learn in the process about processes, business processes? I know SAP processes are very complicated and complex because they handle a lot of different things. And now adding innovation or AI and generative AI, and I like you mentioned BTP, where the generative AI and AI Hub, all these things stand on that. And now we have Joule, with which you can create agents, or Joule skills, and then create agents. You might have done a lot of research, and mapped it with the processes. I know it is very exhaustive. So what did you learn in this process? Innovation, any particular innovations that you stuck with?
I was really amazed by the capabilities AI can bring in, and I was also amazed by how the processing times can be significantly dropped. And at the same time, I was a little bit concerned about the future, but now I don't worry too much, because with changing landscape comes, I started to believe that there will be new opportunities. But one thing I learned, and which I think will remain with me forever, is is never stop learning.
Mhm.
If I stop learning, chances are, yeah, I might be uh, thrown out very soon.
Beautiful.
That's my learning. Yeah.
Sure. Nice, nice. So, as part of this, you might also have understood that in any business transformation projects, you might have also understood that change management is a huge hurdle, right, in large
Right.
transformations.
Right. Right.
How do you prepare financial professionals and consultants to thrive in this AI first world? I think you
Mhm.
might have gone through this experience. And of course, as part of the book as well, you might have thought or done some research as well.
Right.
Any thoughts that you would like to provide?
Yeah. So basically, with change management, it's about shifting mindsets from fear to opportunity, as we just discussed.
Hmm.
So I think, and also I work with organizations to create tailored upskilling programs that help finance professionals understand AI not as a threat but as a career accelerator.
Mhm.
So, for example, by showing accountants how AI automates reconciliations, we
Mhm.
reposition their role to focus on variance analysis and strategy.
Mhm.
I also emphasize communication,
Mhm.
explaining why change is happening, how it benefits the individual,
Mhm.
and what new skills they will align. And consultants and financial professionals need to see AI adoption as a pathway to becoming future ready leaders. And my principle and what my mentors and my teachers taught me, and which I always try to uphold, which you will certainly agree, is that in business the only constant is
Change.
change. So we that's the principle I think I adopt to, and everybody else should adopt to as well.
Beautiful. So
Yeah.
adapting to change and then handling this change, and now with a lot of these AI first innovations happening, how well you can pick up these processes, how well you can adapt to the changing needs, and how well you can embed it into the uh, processes is one of the key things.
Right.
So let us take an example. We don't need to talk the names of the customers or the projects that you worked in. They're not for confidentiality matters. But
Right.
if you can share an example of when embedding AI into a finance process, how it created measured value or a measurable value. Could you talk through that process?
Sure, sure, absolutely. I think it's one of my achievements since I added these Gen AI capabilities for myself. So I work for a global organization, and
Mhm.
I help them reduce its financial close cycle from 10 days to 4 days using AI enabled reconciliations and anomaly detection.
Mhm.
So this improvement wasn't just about saving time, it was the greater value that came from freeing up analysts from spend an extra additional 6 days on strategic planning, scenario analysis, and decision support. So, and also another example is a cash application where AI reduced uh, unapplied cash by more than 60%, directly improving working capital and liquidity management. So these are the two examples so far, and I wish to you know utilize my experience and do a lot more changes utilizing AI.
Beautiful. Yeah,
And
go
I
ahead.
think right now there are not many, as there are not many organizations utilizing AI. The opportunity right now is not less. Is right now it is less, but I'm hoping that more organizations start leveraging AI so that we have more such work to do. And I really enjoy doing that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm pretty sure your constantly in touch or aware of the AI discovery catalog at SAP, and then understanding what are the new features coming in AI, which are directly embedded into the finance processes. Because there are three different ways, right? Embedded AI features, embedded Joule features, which you can activate them directly for little or no cost. And then you have the premium features, AI features, where you can, or custom built features, right? I think, and I'm pretty sure you've been following that on the AI discovery page. Yeah.
Yes.
Any additional learnings that you want to share, or any additional parts that you want to put together of your learnings there?
One thing I want to mention is that my book titles AI powered SAP Finance. The name suggests that it is only talking about AI adoption in SAP Finance. But the concept, the core of the book is applicable across all modules, be it supply chain, um, uh, HR, everywhere. Just because I come from, my core is SAP Finance, that's why I took the liberty to title it as SAP Finance, AI powered SAP Finance. But the message, the core, or the concept can be utilized anywhere in throughout the SAP landscape.
And of course, reconciliation always happens with finance. So obviously, everything, the buck stops with there. So you are bringing it back. But I think your concept and your process that you have explained, it can be adapted to not only finance processes, but also the other processes. That's what I mean to say.
Absolutely. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. So one other question before I go into the most important question, I think one other question is about what are some of those KPIs or signals you look at to measure whether an AI powered finance initiative is successful or not? Is there something that you follow, whether it is in your implementations or whether it is when you're doing the research in writing the book? There might be some KPIs or signals that you look into to measure whether a particular AI initiative, AI powered finance initiative, is successful or not. Any thoughts you would like to share in that aspect?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I measure success across three dimensions. First of all, I process efficiency. Has the time to close or reconcile or forecast decreased significantly? That's number one. Second is accuracy. In this example again, are forecasts and anomaly detection outperforming traditional methods? And finally, the third metric I look at is adoption and trust. Are finance professionals consistently using AI systems, and do they trust its outputs? So these KPIs together ensure that the solution is not only technically successful, but also embraced by organizations. So those are the KPIs I look at. Again, it's efficiency, accuracy, and adoption and trust is what I look at as a KPI.
Beautiful. Efficiency, accuracy, adoption, and trust. I think these are one of the key aspects, I think, in any AI successful implementation projects. So now let's get into the interesting or the important question. I term it as the extra AI question, the $1 million or the $1 billion question. In your view, what differentiates a good AI finance solution from the hype we often see in the market?
Okay. I think a good AI finance solution integrates seamlessly into SAP processes. It is explainable to auditors, CFOs, and it delivers a measurable return on investment. And whether that's faster close cycles or better forecast accuracy or reduced compliance risks, And Hive solutions, by contrast, are flashy. They are flashy demos that don't scale, that don't integrate well with the system, and don't address the real pain points. So the difference is simple. If the solution improves the finance team's daily operations in measurable ways, it's real. If it doesn't, then it's just hype.
Okay. Beautiful. I love the way you've put it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. I know we are getting to the close of the hour, to the close of the session. Before you go, I think a couple of other questions for finance leaders, for architects, and consultants listening to us today. What are those top 3 takeaways from your journey they should carry forward? I know there is nothing like you coming from a different, I know your experience compared to an SAP veteran, your experience is different. You're just turning 10 years into experience. But the thing is, it is whether it is an SAP veteran, whether it is an enterprise veteran, or whether it is an AI novice or AI expert, there is always a lot of learnings that people have to bring them together. So what are those top 3 takeaways from your journey that they should learn? If you have some top 3 takeaways that you can provide.
Since I'm addressing my seniors, I want to be very careful. I think first, in my opinion, the future of finance is AI powered.
Okay.
Okay. So the time to start is now. Second, careers in SAP and finance will be defined by how well professionals embrace and apply AI. And thirdly, I think the real value lies at the intersection of finance, technology, and strategy. Those who can connect these 3 domains well will lead the next generation of enterprise finance in enterprise transformations or operations, in my opinion.
Beautiful, beautiful. So one final question before we go. I know there's a lot happening in this AI world, generative AI to generative AI, and now agentic AI. We talk a lot about that. Looking ahead, what does the future of AI in enterprise finance look like from your perspective over the next, I want to ask 5 to 10 years, but I wouldn't say 5 to 10 years because things are changing so fast. Maybe 3 to 5 years. Maybe 3 to 5 years.
I wish this is one of the questions which I think a lot about. I wish I had a real opinion on it, but currently what I think is AI will become embedded and invisible, much like using electricity, pervasive but not always noticed. So I think finance systems will self-heal. They will proactively flag risks and deliver rolling forecasts with near real-time accuracy. And then I think consultants will evolve into AI orchestrators and guiding, governing, and scaling intelligent ecosystems across organizations. And the future is not about finance surviving AI. I think it's about finance thriving because of AI. This is what I think right now.
I like the way you put it. I think finance thriving because of AI, and also the consultants becoming intelligent orchestrators.
Correct.
Great. I think great piece of
Yes.
thoughts. Well, I think it's been a pleasure talking with you, Hafeez. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And before I wrap up, I just want to emphasize this, that the next generation of SAP consultants and finance professionals will not just be system experts, they will be AI ready leaders. The vision and that vision is why I wrote my book, AI powered SAP Finance.
Yeah, maybe you can take a quick.
Yeah.
Can you show a quick show about your book? Okay, AI Power Finance. And is there a way? Where can the people find this book? Quick
Yeah,
shout out.
The book is available across all major platforms and worldwide. It's
Mhm.
available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Google Books, Apple Books, everywhere.
Mhm.
And also, it's available on my website at a slightly reduced price. And anybody who's interested, I can send them a sample copy of my book. And also, I share insights on my Instagram
Mhm.
handle, which is AI in SAP with Hafiz.
Mhm.
Yeah, so for listeners, I encourage you to download a copy of my book from my website.
And your website, can you repeat your website?
Yes, it's mohammedhafeezbaig.com.
Sure. And we will tag you on the LinkedIn post.
Yes, thank you so much. And I would say let's not stop seeking knowledge. Let's keep getting knowledge locked away and I'm a huge proponent of sharing knowledge.
Definitely.
So, and I really don't know how I ended up writing this thick book with 466 pages. I'm just trying to help people out while sharing knowledge, making a community, and the idea is to catch the bandwagon and be one of the thought leaders in the AI and SAP space.
Great.
Thank you so much, Raghu. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, sharing my idea and my initiative here. I really appreciate your time.
Great talking with you, Hafiz. All the best.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
That wraps up today's episode of Extra AI. A huge thank you to Mohammed Hafeez Baig for sharing his expertise on how AI is reshaping finance and what it means for enterprises moving forward. We learned how AI can streamline financial close, strengthen compliance, and prepare consultants and leaders for an AI first future. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe and share Extra AI with your network. More inspiring conversations are on the way. So stay tuned. Until next time, happy predicting the future with AI technologies and stay extra.